What's up, guys? It's Rantium here, and today we are back in Skyrim. That's right, you guys, and don't snap. Is it gonna be an awesome freaking day? So everybody, welcome back. So today we're gonna be taking a look at kind of another type of ruined home, but instead of it being a castle, it is a temple. Now, we are taking a look at KEL-RII Temple. I want to say I pronounced that correctly. It might be KEL-RII, or KEL-RII or something like that. It could be the K is actually an SH, but I'm not sure. I'm not a linguist or anything like that, but you know what? It's KEL-RII to me. But before we get into this, I want to read just an excerpt from the mod description because I think it kind of summarizes the whole entire feel of what this home is. So, let me get my announcer voice in. Deep within the mountains, near the borders of Tamriel, lies the crumbling ruins of a once noble temple. Explore the elegant rubble, discover the traces of an unknown warrior, and find a new home amidst magic and misery. So yeah, that's kind of like what I wanted to do as far as the introduction to the home. The home itself is inside of that temple that you saw. Now we're up here, right here, at KEL-RII Temple, a little bit above Mordekaiser, and we are next to Pinefrost Tower, as well as Ragnarok Burrow, Northwatch Keep, and Icewater Jetty, with the closest hold probably being either Solitude or Markarth, with Solitude being there and Markarth being right there. Now, this home, like it said in the description, is situated up here in the north, up by Castle Volkihar. You got some interesting neighbors, if I do say so myself, but the exterior of the home is a really unique-looking temple. I really like the way it looks. It's probably somewhere in Skyrim, inside of the Skyrim assets, but overall it has a really nice unique look to it, and it gives it just kind of an overall nice feeling. Now I will go ahead and preface this by saying, one, I have been inside because unfortunately there are quite a few necromancers that you have to dispatch both on the outside and on the inside of the home. So if you see blood splatters on the ground, I tried to mop them up the best I can. There needs to be a Skyrim mop mod to clean blood stains off a floor, you know? We're explorers, for God's sakes. We need to be able to clean our goddamn homes. We're not savages, but outside of here, looks like we got a neat little stone tablet, a little bit of a stone etching, kind of like what we see on the way up to High Hrothgar on the steps. Pretty cool to see, but I know you're all waiting and fiending to go inside, so let's just check it out, shall we? And here we are, inside of KEL-RII Temple. Now, do keep in mind, and do take this with a grain of salt, that I do have the brightness turned up pretty much all the way because of this. We're going to go ahead and show this to you. If I put this at regular gamma, it's a little dark in here. Just ever so slightly dark, but we're going to bump that up a little bit. But as you can probably hear in the background, trying to speak louder than me, is the Sovngarde theme. Here comes the best part. It's amazing. I love this freaking music. But anyways, here we are inside of the home. Try and ignore the screaming Nords in my left and right ear, but let's see. Is that loud for me, or is that just loud for everything? Not sure, but the interior of the home, as you enter the home, is ruins. Almost. It's kind of ruins with sprinkles. So we have ruins here at the beginning. Lovely, nice, natural light coming in through the big windows that are all on the sides of the walls. I love the hanging lanterns, the big kind of sconces that are hanging down right there, and this little Japanese cherry blossom tree right here looks really, really pretty. Or is that called the sakura tree? I think that's called the sakura tree. I'm not sure. But as we move through here, this is kind of like a one-stop shop for a few things that we need. So we've got our crafting, we've got a few crafting benches over here behind this lovely statue. Now I went ahead and piled all the bodies up over here. Oh my god, they're gone. Holy Jesus, where did they go? I have no idea. There were like 6 bodies right here, so I'm not sure where they went, but we've got our alchemy lab over here with tons of storage for both alchemy storage as well as potions and poisons and various ingredients. It's always nice to have the very nice themed storage throughout the homes, and I will say that that is one thing that the mod author went for and really accomplished in this mod was realism. There's no void storage, there's no automatic sorting or teleportation or anything like that. It is simply just a real home, and I like it, and I like the fact that it's inside of a temple because you can kind of create your own lore and story behind it. Now you do indeed have kind of a little hole out there, and I think it actually changes based on the weather that is going on outside. Now we're going to put this to the test because in my initial walkthrough, it was the Sovngarde. So yeah, it does change. Look at that. It's got the Sovngarde sky up there. Now I wonder, what if we make it snow? Or storm, rather. Does it change anything? I mean, there might be some rain or snow coming in, but I'm not sure. We'll keep it with the Sovngarde, because I think that is kind of cool. Go ahead and set that to the Sovngarde. And you can see up there, kind of gives it a neat look. But Over here, we've got kind of assorted food, maybe some static decor and stuff like that. You can store food right there as well, so that's a very good thing. But then we've also got a nice little bedroll right here that is not your actual bed, I promise you that. Couple little cooking spits right here, and then as we come over here, we have scroll storage as well as our arcane enchanter and a scroll rack. Now we also have storage for notes and papers, and then some really cool looking custom books that we have over here. We got some soul gem storage and some more scroll storage for those of us that love to make scrolls. I, for one, don't. But for the enchanters, we've also got the staff enchanter, and it's a lovely piece to have in the home, especially because it's just kind of stuck onto a nice little wardrobe right there. Kind of wish we could utilize the wardrobe, but you know, that's okay. So that's kind of this main part of the home. It's not all the home has to offer, and what I mean by that is behind these doors, we have the master bedroom kind of study area. Now this area in here is super well lit and I like it a lot. But I think my favorite part is the really cool dragon head that's just kind of mounted on a wooden stump above your bed. Now for some reason it looks like it is part of a stone bed. Actually no, that's wood. No, the frame is wood. It's got like a cushy kind of bed, so that's good. It's not like the dwarves. But so there's some very cool decor in here. You've also got the storage chest right here, a nice little desk right here to go and store some of your jewelry and maybe some treasures, maybe some little gems and some extra gold just in case. You never know. You never know when you might need to leave some money on the nightstand for, you know, special people. But we've also got a bunch of other stuff over here. We got the worn end table with a nice little strong box right here. A couple things loose in there. We have the Dark Brotherhood thing right there with a Nordic dagger sticking through it, so we know how this person used to feel about the Dark Brotherhood. Nice little office slash study nook right here with a little library slash bookcase for the bookworms of Skyrim, because I know we got quite a few watching. Got some assorted keys in there. Looks really nice. I love it when the mod authors kind of dress these up with a lot of stuff inside of them. And then pushed over here in the corner is a weapons barrel, but I advise caution because you can do this, and I don't think storage boxes are supposed to be able to do that, but I'm not sure. I can't mod, so I'm not really sure. But if you look down, there's the KEL-RII Temple Underground. And okay, here we are in the KEL-RII Temple Underground. The music seems to be a little bit more tame in here. In fact, yes, it's quite peaceful. Lovely. Now over here on the right side of the underground, we have more weapon storage and armor storage that I think anybody really needs. But what's nice is they're all just kind of the custom like storage boxes. You know, it's not just a little chest sitting on a cupboard or something like that with storage for that. You can kind of see every single dagger, a couple, you know, sword variants, you can see the staff variants, all sorts of that stuff. You got your light armors, your heavy armors, your great swords, and your blunt weapons, your axes, and then alongside here you have archery storage, and it actually comes with a couple things, a Daedric bow and an ebony bow of Inferno. Now take that with a grain of salt, those don't actually do that much damage. I am in god mode because of those pesky necromancers. That's the damage that they do. They're not super special, so just keep that in mind. But over on this side, it kind of acts as both a vault and an armory. It's kind of nice to see all of this kind of assorted treasure over here. It would make any dragon jealous, honestly. It's really cool to see all this stuff over here. But it gives me just such an Undercroft feel in here, and I really like that, because it pretty much is. And I like that a lot. It's really, really nice to see, and it gives a very cool vibe. Now down here, we have kind of a burial sarcophagus, a stone sarcophagus, but one of these imperial coffins has been cracked open. Either that, or it's just not been filled yet, and maybe that's for your body, but who knows? But these are indeed imperial coffins. And it looks like we have yet another one over here. Now, do remember, we had necromancers in here, so chances are they were getting up to some funny business with some imperial corpses and defiling them and all sorts of that stuff. But, little shrine to RK right there, always nice to see. But there's two doors down here that lead to two different sections. We have the KEL-RII Forge, and we have the KEL-RII Sanctum. We're going to check out the Forge first. So the Forge has access to everything that you could possibly need to craft to your heart's content. We have our tanning rack, we have our hides and pelts, we have our grindstone, our smelter, as well as miscellaneous smithing materials and ingots and ore storage, as well as your anvil. Now, what I love about this area down here is it's so compact, but it gives it such a medieval feel. I can honestly just see three men, one at the smelter, one at the grindstone, and one at the anvil, you know, kind of dressed like me, just a little bit, just whacking away at a whole bunch of metal, smelting metal. It's getting really hot down here. It's really gross and sweaty. It's nasty, but it looks cool in my mind because it reminds me of Game of Thrones, and I love Game of Thrones. But we got our workbench down here as well. And I hope you guys can understand where I'm coming from with that. I think it gives it a lot of realism, which, like I said in the beginning of the mod showcase, the mod author was going for heavily was realism. And then last but not least, we have the KEL-RII Sanctum. Now, the KEL-RII Sanctum might look dark and dismal right here, but I can guarantee you that it is any green thumb's paradise because of this. Would you look at this? We have our own little place down here. It's like our own indoor garden. It's our own just little oasis, our own Eden away from the temple and the cold hostilities and harshness of Skyrim. Such a cool place to have down here, not to mention the atmospherics down here are perfect. I love the mist coming down through those big holes with the natural light bringing it in. Now, I will go ahead and say that these insects are not the stock insects, obviously. If you want yours to look like these, TLS Insectopia and Prismatic Insects of Skyrim are two mods that are I must have for those who like alchemy and those who just want to fill their world with a bunch of more beautiful bugs. Now, there's not a whole lot down here with the exception of this Stalrim sword, or not the Stalrim sword, the Nordic Sword of Fear, and then this big shrine right there. I checked around back, there's nothing really there, but we also have a treasure chest right here, perhaps to store some of your better valuables and stuff like that. But it did look like this used to be an old entrance. It looks like an old well entrance. It didn't seem to be activatable or toggleable or anything like that, so I can't tell you that there's anything there. But, like I said, just kind of a neat little spot to come in, chill out, hang out, get away from, like I said, the cold hostilities and harshness of Skyrim and all sorts of that good stuff, and just be one with the bugs. Now, I wonder, does it change with the light? Let's test this out. No, it does not change with that, so you can still see the Sovngarde sky out there, but pretty cool nonetheless. Now, what do you guys think of this home? Let me know down there in the comment section if you would use it. Here's my opinion. So, my opinion on this home is it's a beautifully placed home, a very realistic and kind of aesthetically pleasing temple if you want to roleplay as, you know, like as a necromancer or as a Nordic explorer or kind of more so as, I mean, a monk or something like that, you know, something not necessarily religious, but maybe like a Vigilant of Stendarr or something like that. I mean, you could definitely use this as a vampire crypt, but the problem is there's nothing here to support a vampire. So maybe more so along the light side of things as opposed to the dark side of things. Probably not for a thief, probably not for, you know, anything like that. It's probably for a warrior more so because it is a warrior's old home. Maybe an Imperial or Stormcloak playthrough, all sorts of that stuff. Let me know what you guys would use this for down there in the comment sections. I think it's a great home. I personally probably would not use it because I like my big flashy homes, but I also like the really small ones. This one doesn't sit anywhere on that scale for me, but I can appreciate the work that went into this mod so much, and I'm so glad that this mod exists. So let me know, guys, what you guys thought of it down there in the comment section. And with that being said, I very much hope that you enjoyed today's mod showcase, and I will see you in the next video.